Hello and welcome to a very special Sparkle Days story time. My name is Miss Rachel and today I would like to read you a book called Blizzard, written and illustrated by John Rocco. One day, when I was a young boy, nearly 4 feet of snow fell from the sky. This is my story. Blizzard. The first flake fell right before recess. It was followed by many, many more. The wind whipped up and school closed early. Yay! By the time my sister and I got home, the snow was already over our boots. The snow continued to fall through the night, and I thought it would never stop. The next morning, the snowdrifts were so high we couldn't open our front door. So we went out the window instead. Looks like the mom is saying, "Be careful." And do you see on the roof, the squirrel has written the word Tuesday. We laughed as we sank deep into the frozen powder. Woof! But walking was hard. It was like trying to move through quicksand. Every few steps, I had to stop and rest. Woof! It was even too deep for our sled. This little one is saying, "We need sled dogs." When we went back inside, we were cold, wet, and tired. Welcome back, explorers. We made camp by the wood stove, and our feet tingled as we sipped hot cocoa made with milk. Do you notice? He's reading a book, and the title of the book is Arctic Survival. On the third day, Wednesday, Dad shoveled the driveway so he could get the car out when the snowplows came. We dug tunnels and secret rooms under the snow. This child is saying an igloo can keep you warm in sub-zero temperatures. And they are saying, what's an igloo? By day 4, Thursday, the plows still hadn't come. I wondered if we'd ever see grass again. You can see where some of the people have shoveled in front of their houses, and I'm guessing that this is the street that hasn't been plowed. Inside, things got tense as our food started to run out. I knew we couldn't survive much longer on cocoa made with water. We need to get to the store, but the roads aren't plowed, and we certainly can't walk through this. Friday in raisins. On day 5, I realized it was up to me to take action. I was the only one who had memorized the survival guide. I was the only one who knew what equipment was required. Tennis racket. It looks like he's making that tennis racket into a snowshoe. I was the only one light enough to walk on top of the snow. That's a good idea. On day 6, Saturday, I made a list. Milk, bread, eggs, candy bar. I prepared the sled, then I set off. My usual landmarks were covered by snowdrifts. but I managed to check in with the neighbors on my long journey. One neighbor is asking for candles. One is asking for cat food. This neighbor is asking for coffee, and this one for peanut butter. And our narrator is saying, okay. Here's a map of his journey through the neighborhood. Checked in with neighbors, helped build a snowman, climbed a lookout, went the wrong way, made an angel, explored an igloo, joined a snowball fight. I made it. Bill's Market. It looks like some of the roads at the edge of the neighborhood have been plowed, which is good because that means the market can get supplies. Let's see. At last, I reached the store. I was tired, hungry, and chilled to the bone, but I couldn't think about myself. I was on a mission. Are you going to carry all this by yourself? Yes, sir, I've got my sled. Yes, he's on his way back now. It looks like perhaps his parent has called the store to make sure he arrived safely. On the return trip, I raced to drop off the groceries before the sun went down. Wow! Grateful smiles and cheers gave me the energy I needed to make it back home. Look, even the cat is saying thank you. Meow. And his dog is very happy to see him come home. His mom, his dad, and his sibling as well. That night, we all had hot chocolate made with milk, and it had never tasted better. But there was something else we still needed. And as you can see, our narrator is telling his family the story of his adventure. It was a perilous journey. And you can see his tennis racket snowshoes are in the place of honor above the mantle. Snowplows! It looked as though we would see civilization again after all on Sunday. The story started on Monday. It's almost a week later when the plow comes down the street. Guess we'll have to go back to school tomorrow. Boo. Thank heaven. I was going stir crazy. Lots of different reactions from the neighbors. We had survived the blizzard. And here at the very end of the book is a note from the author. The blizzard of 1978. On Monday, February 6th, 1978, New England experienced one of the biggest snowstorms in its history. It snowed for 2 days, and by the time it stopped, parts of Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut, that's where we live, were buried under 40 inches of snow. That's 4 times the height of this book. The wind was blowing 50 miles an hour and created snowdrifts up to 15 feet high. That's taller than me. That's more than twice as tall as I am. Where I grew up in Rhode Island, it took over a week for snowplows to get to our street. This book is based on my experience as a 10-year-old boy in that blizzard and how I got to the store over a mile from my house with tennis rackets tied to my feet. Well, friends, this is the end of our story, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed reading about the blizzard very much. I have no interest in going through a similar event on my own. I'm very happy when the snowplows come and plow up my street the same day that the snowstorm stops. But again, I enjoyed reading about the adventure. And I've always wondered if you could use tennis rackets as snowshoes, and I guess you can. Well, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day, enjoys this beautiful, sparkly winter day. I know that we will see each other again quite soon, and in the meantime, thank you for joining us.